Assalamu alaikum students, how are you all? Very good morning. It's really very cold right now. Its temperature is very less, so I feel really very cold here. Okay student, today we will talk about something very special again. Some new topics are here. Okay, so we move further. Just look at here now, your book. Today we'll discuss about the frames. What the frames are basically, HTML frames are powerful element which allows to display the content of another HTML pages within a same web page. A web page can be divided into multiple sections, and each section can display all content from a different web page by using frame. Remember, this frame tag is now eliminated from the HTML because we are currently using the HTML5. So we basically use iframe instead of this frame. So how basically this work? Mm, it's lecture8.html. Let me check the font first. 24, fine. Let me do the wrap. Okay, so I'm gonna use plater text. First of all, we will discuss about the frames, right? So how we can actually use frames, right? So okay, so its tag is basically I frame, and at the src you have to give the source of the page which you want to include into that page. So for example, I'm gonna use here like lecture 5 file, right? I'm using this one file, and the width of the page should be 5, okay, 600, and height should be of 800. So control S, open it with the live server, and here we have our page. Remember, this is actually the lecture 5 page, and currently we are at lecture number 8. So what we can do with the help of this iframe, we can include another file into the same page. Let me do one more thing, that copy it again and include the lecture number 6 here too. Now look at that, is actually another lecture 6, right? Example of lecture 6 in which we included the hyperlinks, right? So what happened here, the two different pages are on the one single page. So this is actually sometimes we include these type of thing. Why? Because you have seen that you like, let me show you some more things. Just look at here. What is this? Here we have table content, right? We have different tabs here. We have content here, and the main body text is here. So you can do that to make this index on another page and then include that page into this one page, and when we click to anything we can see the content here, right? Same as it is here, we have like in the YouTube we have our playlist, and just look at what actually it is. Seems like an index page, so you can do that all with the iframes. So I hope you understand it very well. So this is end of iframe, because nowadays we mostly don't use these type of thing, right? Okay, lecture 8b dot html. Now let me open the new file, right, in which we will discuss about the forms. Next topic we discuss about the forms. What is form basically? You have seen in a different website that when you open that website, you have to submit the form. You have to complete the form and then you will submit that. Just like whenever you create your email ID, right? Let me open it. Like hotmail.com. gmail.com. Create a new account for myself. Now just look at what is here. We have a very simple form, right? It's very beautiful form actually, because they have used here the CSS as well, but we don't work currently with the CSS, so we basically make our page without CSS, just like this. So just look at here, what is this? This is an input uh, uh, area where you can take input from the user, right? So these all are the input fields. This is our submit button, right? This is our hyperlink and checkbox and so on. So now we actually make our page like these type of thing, right? So how we can use it? We use form tag here, and between the form tag we basically use a different type of inputs, right? We have many input types. So input text, right? In this, let me do one more thing. I use a p name is fine, then input, right? So control S, and okay, this is actually the previous one. Let me open with the live server. So here we have input for the name. We can write our name like this one or anything else, right? So this is for the name. As it is, we use again here. Let me change it to the first name, last name, right? So Control S, and here we have first name, last name. You can also take whatever you want from the user. Enter your first name, your last name, and then like email, and type should also be email, right? Text means it will take the text like A to Z. Email means it will take the email address, right? So now just look at, when I press here, it actually assumes that I'm gonna enter the name, right? When I click here, it assumes that I have to put the email. Why? Because of that the type, right? Input type. As it is, you can also provide like gender and leave it right now, gender, age, right? So age in the form of number. Look at, if I press anything from A to Z, nothing will happen. Why? Because it will only take the input value of number like 2, 5 or anything. You can also use this one as well, right? Now look at one more thing. What actually we are doing, we are making our page, right? Our form. But if you check its alignment, it's not good. So what we can do? We can use here the tables to format these all things in a good manner. So how? Table, between the table I'm going to use tr, and within the first tr I'm going to use 2 times of td, and the first td will have this value, and the second td have our input element. Let me remove this all thing. So first td have the text and the second td have the input, right? Now look at, okay, now what I'm doing, copy this, last name. I think it's working fine, right? Okay. Email, email. Okay, so now for the age, and type should be of number. Now look at, everything is aligned. We want that part into the center of the page. So what we will do, we use here align center. So now our content is on the center of the page. So this is how you can make your form, right? We want to use here a button So for that, um, input type should be of submit. Here we have the button, right? So first name like Muhammad, Arslan, like email like arslan1@gmail.com. Now age, we cannot write anything from the string values, right? We can just use a numeric values here like 32 years old, submit, and this form is submitted to somewhere. Right now it's not actually submitting to anywhere, but we can do that all if we have a server. So this is how you can use your form, or you can make your form. Okay. Okay, let me show you something more, that how we can use our input of different types. We have discussed about the input of text type, email, number, and submit, but we have some more types as well, right? Let me show you a page here. Here we have a different type of inputs, right? We can use a type of button. Button and submit is similar. Checkbox, color, date, time, local, email, file, hidden, image, month, number, password, radio, range, uh, reset, search, and so on. We have too many types of uh, different input. So we discuss each of them, right? Okay, let me remove this one. We discussed these all type after this table, right? So let me discuss each and every one. First of all, we have a button. So if I use here like input, then button, then what happened to our page? We got our button. Let me okay, so name should be like submit. Is there level? No. So this is how you can make your button. Its value should be like click me. So here we have its text, right? We can also provide it some script like on click. When we click to this button, what should be happen? We can write here. For example, I'm using a script like it should alert, and within the alert alert, hello world. Okay. Control S. And when we click here, what happened? We get the alert from the page. This is basically a tag of, sorry, this is a script of JavaScript language, right? When they alert something, it means the alert dialog box will actually come from the top side of the page. It means whenever you use alert, it shows a alert from the top side. So I have written here a hello world. You can write everything, right? Okay. Okay, now I'm using another input, and its type should be of, next is we have checkbox. Checkbox. Just look at here, we have our check. It should be on the next line, so here I'm going to use br tag. We can give it here like ID, for example bike. Next I'm going to use here label for this checkbox. Currently what happened, control S, just look at it will actually on the next line. Why? Because of this br break tag, right? So label for it should be it should be for the ID name, it should be for bike, and what, suppose that I have a bike, control S. So here we have a checkbox for this one. Let me copy some code as an example of label. Sorry, not for label, actually for the checkbox. So we have input, we have one input, type of checkbox, ID is vehicle 1, name is vehicle 1, and value is bike. And first label is for vehicle 1, it means it is this one label is for this ID, right? What is ID? In the last time when we discussed about the ID, I have told you that ID means a spatial identification to the particular element, right? So here we are using this is our element, right? Input of type checkbox. So when we provide ID to this this element, it means that when we hit from anywhere to that ID, it will, the call will go to that direction. So label 4 means this is for the ID. Remember it. The ID is very important for any element, right? Without ID you cannot call the data. For example, just look at here, we are using first name, right? So whatever we will put here, how we can use this data to another section of the same page, how we can call that data, that what is inside of the first name, with the help of this ID. If I provide the ID to that element, then I can call that element's data, right? So next we have again, let me use the space here so you can easily understand it. We have another input, same type checkbox for vehicle 2, and the label is that I have a car. As it is, third is I have a boat. So when I press Control S, so just look at here, we have the different checkbox, right? Let me use one more BR here for the more space. Let me comment these all, right? So we can easily under control and question mark for the comments. So this is for button, this code is for checkbox. Now we discuss about the next, we have color. Again same input, and for color what we do, type should be of color. Okay, let me use a BR tag here, BR of 2 times. So here we have color. So when I click here, I can pick any color from here. If I use ID, color 1 like, so I can use this ID to anywhere for taking this color, right? But we are not discussing that all thing right now. Why? Because it's a type of like a scripting language. For example, JavaScript, we can do that all thing from the JavaScript. So we are not actually currently using the JavaScript or any another language for making our websites or web pages. We are currently only discussing about the HTML, so that's why I'm not discussing that. Next we discuss about the date, right? So let me comment for the date, the input and type should be of date. So okay, BR of 2 time. So here we have a date with the help of this one. So when we click here, we can pick the date as an input, right? Again same, if we use here ID, then we can use that date to anywhere else. Next we have date, time and local. It should be date, time, local. There is a difference between both, right? Why? Because when we click here, we can take a date as well as we can pick the value for the time. So it's now like 24 December to 26 p.m. We can also use this value anywhere else. It just depends that what type of work you are doing. Okay. Next we have email which we discussed. So file is next, input file. Now look at, with the help of this file type, you can actually choose a file from your computer. When you click here, it will open your computer location. You can take the, like I'm using lecture-8, and this file is selected. So this is for to attach the file with your web page, right? So you can send this file to anywhere. Next we have image, and then month. We are not using image, it's not actually useful. Image, after image we have month. So if I use input for the month, what we can do, we can pick the month, right? Can we change the year? Yes, we can also change the year. This month means the currently month you are having. So you can pick the month with this tag. So here we have next tag is number, which we already use. Yes, next one is password. So password, remember, use these type name within the small letters, okay? So password means it will take the input, but in the form of password, like, okay, again we are off to time for the gap, and okay. Next we have radio buttons, right? Radio only. Radio. Here we have, no, don't. So here we have our radio buttons. If I use a value like mail, nothing will happen. Okay, no problem, no problem. It means that we use a label, and label 4 means it must require the ID. So for example, I'm gonna use like mail. So mail here. Okay. We have female, we have male, but just look at, we can easily selected the both, but this is not actually the standard one. It should be selected once in a one, means we can either select male or female, not both. So for that, what I will do, I will use here name, like name should be of gender, and same name should be here. So now Control S. Now we can select one of both, right? Why? Because now these both have the same name, gender. I'm using BR here, so it should be on the next line. So this means it actually it's a group of these two radio button. For example, if you are making a application of quiz, right? So you have a question and you have a multiple choice MCQs base, right? So you have to select one answer at a time, not more than one. So you use radio button. But if your question is like, for example, what are the input devices from the following, and the options are like mouse, keyboard, monitor, projector. Now its correct answer is mouse and keyboard. Two options are corrected. So what you will use in this case? You will use a checkbox in this case. Why? Because checkbox means you can select more than one, but radio button means you can only select one option at a time. So this is the difference between the checkbox and the radio button. Next we have time. So what it will do, okay, let me do to time. So it will pick the time from your computer, whatever you want to give it, right? So this is for the time. As it is, you can use for the week next tag. Week. So you can pick a week, the whole week, okay, like this one. So it's a week 50. This one is week 51, 52 and 53. In 1 year we mostly have a 52 weeks, but sometimes it's 53. And then week 1 of 2021. So we just have 1, 2, 3, 3 weeks remaining. No, sorry. Currently we are in 51, then 52 and then 53 will be the last week of this year. Okay students, so this is end of today's lecture. I hope you again learned a lot of different things in this class. We have discussed frames, like here we have discussed about the frames, so that why we are using a frames. Frame means we can use let me open it. Frame means we can use a different web pages on the same page, right? So this is actually the use of frame, but I told you that the frame word is now eliminate from the HTML5. So what actually we use iframe keyword for this. Then we discuss about the forms, and between the forms we have using different types of input. We have too many types of input. You can see here I've shown you this. This is a very good website, w3schools.com. This is also mentioned in your book. The last page of your book if you open it, in which we have different website links for your good learning. So when you web development, you can see here we have the same web page, right? You can learn a lot of from this website. It's a very good website, w3school.com. We professionally also use this website to take any kind of help. So you can also take help from here. It actually explain each and everything from a zero. So we discuss about the input tags, in which we discuss types of input, in which we have discussed button, we have discussed text, we have discussed about the email, number, submit, then checkbox, color, date and time, local, file, months, password, radio. We discuss about the time, and we also discuss about the V. So a lot of things we have discussed today. So use it, do practice. With this, you can make your website good. One more thing, this is also the last lecture of this chapter. I hope you enjoy this chapter a lot, because it's a very important topic. This is very important chapter. With the help of this, you can build your websites, your pages. Now I'm gonna give you some different type of projects in which you can use these all commands or these all tags. So you will inshallah learn more after that project. So today, this is the end of today's lecture. I'm signing off. So inshallah we'll meet again into the next class. Till then, take care and Allah Hafiz.